Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This was a bit unplanned. I'm just doing a video to show one of my friends what a bomber crew is, but I'll probably do about a half-hour video on this, so let's have fun. Alright, so you still there, dude? No, you didn't have to. So you don't individually, right, I'm going to go and do the game audio because I don't know if my voice is being recorded at the moment, so you can hear me through the video. Right, so for those of you who are unfamiliar with this game, it looks to you like I'm flying the aircraft, but you are not in control of the aircraft. Well, technically you are. But basically you are in control of the crew, so you can tell the crew where to go. For example, my bombardier, I am now going to send him to the engineering station because I'll go through that whole story later. Right, so you control the individual crew, you tell them where to go. If I look at my gunners quickly, they have abilities like defensive fire and focus fire, also different types of ammunition. As you can see, it's not to scale because that ain't a Lancaster. Now, I don't remember a Lancaster having bent wings. Might have done, but I have to look at a Lancaster more carefully next time I see one. The fuck was that? Jesus Christ. Okay, apparently there's lightning. Yeah, it's more of a I don't know whether you could call it an indie game. Right, something's on fire. You know what? You go back there. Like I said, I just directed my tail gunner to pick up that fire extinguisher to put out a fire on the plane. You can choose upgrades for the plane, like you can upgrade the engines, the armor of the plane, and the weapon systems. So, I mean, if you look at this, realistically, historically, I mean, a Lancaster was armed with 303-inch machine guns. I think it was 2 in the nose, 2 up top, and 2 in the tail. What I've got my Lancaster armed with, if you give me 2 seconds, is 20mm Mark III cannons with ammo feeds. So basically, the bog standard guns in the game, you have to keep on sending your crew to that ammo box which I've now got highlighted. With the ammo feeds, these little trails here bring the ammo to your gun. So I've got 20mm Mark III cannons. Actually, 2 seconds. Where am I going? Alright, let's go over that way. So you also do navigational changes, but like I said, you personally oh, for God's sake. That fire out. Auto tag. And yeah, you can either, like I did, or use an auto tag ability which you unlock for your radio operator, or you hold, seeing as I'm on PS4, you hold down the L2 button and that circle, basically you highlight them like that. Okay, let's go for high explosive ammo. As soon as they get rid of it. You know, fuck it, I'm going straight for them. Few extra kills are always nice. Yeah, it's basically just an indie game where you're flying a bomber, defending it, and you know, you do get to drop the bombs. Like if I send my bombardier down to there, you get to, you know, take reconnaissance photos, close the bomb bay, open the bomb bay, select which bomb you want to drop, and then release. You also get to choose the altitude you can go at. I usually stay at low altitude because it's easier. I mean, I know I get a fuck ton more damage. But yeah. Also, to take into consideration is your fuel tanks. Like those squares you can see in the wings, they aren't actually, like, they are actually protected. So, like, I've got Mark 6 armor. Like, so if I zoom out, you can see there are no squares there. It's when you zoom in, you can see the fuel tanks. That's so if your fuel tanks get shot at and they start leaking, you can send your engineer, this guy with a spanner. Also, my bombardier, I've got his secondary ability as being an engineer. Because in the early stages of this game, I took a lot of damage. So you can tell them where to go and what to repair. Now there is something which I find, well, there's this, the seat. If your crew gets injured, you can send them to there to rest and recuperate. Or you can use this, the health pack, and you can get any one of your crew members. Like, say if he was down, I could get this guy, Wingrove, to pick up a health kit, go to him and heal him. So it is kind of, it's in-depth, but at the same time, not as much as I could say. I mean, it's definitely arcadey. I know. Ooh, heavy flak vest Mark 3. So you also choose, like I said, it's alright, overview. So recruit. This is if you lose any crew members, you can recruit them here. Crew gear, you get to choose what you know, what outfit your crew uses and how much protected they are. What did I unlock? 2 seconds. Headgear, flak helmet Mark 2, no. Oxygen, toughened large O2 bottle. Yeah, equipped all. So yeah, 2 seconds. Vest, heavy black vest Mark 3. And yeah, so some of them obviously you might need to move faster, and I've seen a lot of people go through different equipment sets. Me personally, I just have my crew protected as much as possible. This is actually the original crew I start the game with. If you look up at the top in the middle of the screen, you see that bar with green dashes and stars. That's basically your campaign progress. So this is the actual original crew I had when I started off on that first green bar that started the campaign. So training. So you've got the primary skill and the secondary skill. So obviously pilot, primary skill pilot, and then I've got his secondary skill as an engineer. My engineer, secondary skill gunner, because I spec'd him as gunner because while the bombardier is supposed to stay in the forward gun position, I find that when I had to bomb targets, the forward gun would be out of action because he wouldn't be in there. So I spec my engineer up as a gunner, so I'd always have someone in the forward gun unless I needed, you know, a shit ton of repairs. So Navigator, When he's not navigating, he's my the doctor. This guy I spec'd out as a gunner simply because if the rear gunner or the top gunner die or are put out of action to a sufficient point, I use this guy as a gunner. So, right, so rear gunner, first aid, and my other gunners are all first aids. Right, so bombardier. Right, so aircraft. This is where you get to modify your aircraft. Oh yeah, 2 seconds. I've got to show you something. You'll probably find this funny. Unless you can't see what that says, it says we surrender. My crew were going through a bit of an identity French crisis there for a second. Right, systems, oxygen tank. So there is a bit of a give and take when it comes to upgrading your aircraft. So better guns means more damage, but bigger guns mean heavier guns, right? So your engines can only, provide so much lift. So I've got the lightweight engine Mark III, and you can see it gives you a weight limit increase. The higher the weight limit, the more sophisticated gun, the better the guns, and the better the systems and fuselage armor you can carry. I've got the, I think that's the second best armored fuselage, the Mark VI. Oh for fuck's sake, I keep on doing that. The gun turrets, as I said, I've got 20mm Mark III ammo feeds. I am working towards, as you can see, so if you look at it right here, 20mm damage per second 493, ammo per belt 800. The next one down, while the damage per second and ammo are not as good as the 20mm, it gives you a weight decrease, so it doesn't weigh as much as the 20mm. Me personally, what I'm working towards when it comes to guns, I'm working towards these. The 50 caliber Mark III ×4 per turret. So they supposedly do more damage. Right. So you also upgrade the electrical system. Upgrading the electrical systems, the hydraulics, and the oxygen tank and the fuel tanks basically means you're upgrading their toughness, their proficiency, and they're less likely to break. Oxygen tank Mark III, fuel tank. Yep. Equipment is basically these things that I showed you earlier. I go heavy for the med kits, so in case my crew gets hurt, because about halfway through the game my crew were getting injured with alarming frequency. So I know you're supposed to carry some parachutes, which are those brown parcels on the left, in case your plane gets shot down, but so far I've been going for damage management rather than holy shit, we're going down, let's jump out. Is to say I haven't completely ignored it. So if we go to fuselage, survival, inflatable dinghy Mark III. So if I crash down in the sea, base increases the chances of my crew surviving. And the Pigeon, which was actually used during World War I, and I don't know, World War II might have been. Basically, message carriers. So, I mean, if your aircraft gets shot down, your radio is obviously going to be fucked. So, a homing carrier pigeon might actually work. Anyway, let's go to briefing and the next mission. Right, so this is the mission page. You do start off with sorry, I've killed all these guys. So every couple or so of missions you will encounter one of these fighter races, and you are given, you know, extra money and stuff for you know, killing them and shooting them down. But they deal a fuck ton of damage and are hard to shoot down. So obviously green means easy, low risk. Red, high risk. And so these are basically I wouldn't exactly call them side missions, but fuck it, let's just say side missions. Whereas the missions that look like this but have the star around them and the exclamation mark are main campaign missions. Preparation for the final blow to the enemy, we must take out their main defensive valve. Fuck me. So this one is to attack an airbase. Let's see, what does this do? Also, some of the missions, if you complete them, the side missions, if you look at the blackboard on the right hand side of the screen, it'll give you, you know, tote, battery, ammo dump, short duration, low risk, completion reward, safe per turn bonus, but then it says mission success bonus perk, enemy damage down for the next 2 missions. So let's say you're going to do this mission, and you decide, oh, I'll do this mission first. Not this mission, fuck. For fuck's sake, the controls in this game. Basically, you complete this mission, enemy damage, that means all their damage from their fighters down to their AA guns have a damage reduction for that mission. Ooh, I might do that as well. I need to drop the Grand Slam from high altitude? Fuck! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tank factory at Bremen, then I'm going to do the Berlin Flak Tower. So the flak operation down and enemy damage down, I can then move on to the main campaign mission with those 2 bonus perks. Right, send my bombardier down there quickly. Send my engineer to the forward gun. Tell him to take off. Raise landing gear. And it's all rather involved. For example, like I said, let's just send my bombardier to the engineer's seat for 2 seconds. So you can choose the fuel mixture. These are your fuel pumps, right? So for example, if the left dial, if the left fuel tank gets damaged and starts leaking, it's basically fuel management. Send my bombardier back to his station. Heading confirmed. So I'm going to get halfway across the sea, and then I'm going to call in a radio for recon. So there are, you know, obvious. There's the objectives, the main objective, which you obviously have to blow up. But there's also side objectives like recon photos, and they give you bonus money and experience points. Let's say, yeah, fuck it. Radio for recon. So radioing for recon will basically provide intel on enemy flak positions. Those red circles, I mean, fuck, squares. So those red circles are basically enemy, you know, warning, enemy, this is enemy flak. Of course I have to fly through it. Jesus, hell of a bomb configuration. Right, so that over there is a radar station, and the countdown timer is basically the timer going. Actually, no, that's not a radar station, that's concentrated flak. Ouch! And I flew right through it. So the pilot's good for now. I tend to only heal them if they, so the pilot, so if he needs healing, I send him here to heal. Enemy fighter spotted on radar. Where? Don't like me. Open bomb bay doors. I'm getting close to the target. So, factory destroyed. I can now return to base. So let's turn around. That's a heavy fighter on my tail. Let's get this guy to close the bomb bay doors first. Let's get this guy to go heal, and I'll get this guy to take the pilot seat. Let's fire a missile at them, because why not? Homing missiles. I suppose they'd be radar guided, because radar did exist. Too late. No, I will, so I'm going to avoid the flak areas. Zoom. Right. So as soon as I'm out of the... That's a radar zone, actually. Set a custom waypoint. Sorry, someone sent me a message there. And as soon as he's healed, I will get him back to his position. He is obviously healed. Let's get this guy to go heal. Right, so I'm now on the way home, and my crew can comfortably heal. My fuel tanks were not damaged, probably because I got armored fuel tanks. So I am off the northern coast of Germany, and I'm about to fly over Europe. I mean, France. So that guy can go back there. You can go heal. So as soon as you send the crew members away, like I've just sent that navigator away, so that red flashing triangle means I have no navigator, so I am stuck to flying my current course and speed until he's healed and back at his station. Let's go back to our navigator. No, we are actually approaching the coast of England. Did I close the bomb bay doors? Yes, I did. Good. So one thing I didn't point out, which you probably did notice, was the pump. So basically, as in real life, if one of the fuel tanks gets damaged, you can transfer the fuel. Say, for example, I wanted to change the left to the right. I just click that. Fuel gets pumped in from the left tank to the right tank. So my left tank is now empty, and my right tank has been replenished. Let's go land. Lower gear. So another thing is gear down. If you notice that those little lines around the gear, that's basically air resistance. So you're decreasing your fuel efficiency and increasing drag, so you will use more fuel up. Hey, a viewer. Or is that you, Hockey? Anyway, as you can see, we've safely returned. We have landed. That has been Bomber Crew. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see more of this. I will be happy to play this again. I have also got the DLC for this, because I think I got the Game of the Year edition. It was rather feckin' cheap when I bought it. So, like I said, I'll be happy to start a new game to, give you guys the full playthrough experience. As that is, unlock fuselage armored Mark 7. Yes. So I am getting that. So, like I said, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.